know if this is a G-rated or PG podcast, but a concept that I like to use is like, you don't wait for the shit to hit the fan to realize, oh no, there's shit everywhere, we got a problem. It's, why is there so much shit in here? Get the shit out of here. Don't let it hit the fan. And then if it does hit the fan, how are you gonna mitigate it?
Yeah.
It shouldn't hit the fan.
I'm not gonna lie, like that took that analogy to a whole nother level for me. I'm gonna have to unpack that mentally.
And it has to start with leadership. I mean, if it's not being preached every day and just shoved down every employee's throat, they're gonna lose sight of it.
It's a non-negotiable.
What's up, Jake?
The illustrious Ben Klein here.
Illustrious. Thanks for the time, Jake.
You know, here's the thing, Ben. We are just on your time.
My time.
Yeah.
My time's, we've got time. I've got time.
That time. So we're here at the Specs Trade Show.
We are.
Where is this at?
This is National Harbor, Maryland.
National Harbor, Maryland.
I think, is this the National Harbor? Or is this the Potomac?
The bay?
Is it both?
That is the...
I don't know.
I don't know any of it. I don't know.
I don't know, but I was told that tower back there, I don't know if it's visible.
Oh, it's visible. We'll zoom.
It's
We'll zoom in.
I heard that's the Mason headquarters or the
tower.
Yeah, is that correct? Matt's off camera.
We got our producers.
He's our historian.
We're surrounded by producers on this episode. That's what we call them.
The producers, right.
Anybody off camera is a producer.
What is it, Matt? Masons.
Freemason.
Freemasons.
National Airport is just on the other side.
It's the headquarters of the Freemasons.
I think that was in National Treasure.
National Airport is just...
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah. So Ben, let's talk about specs, some duck soup stuff. So you're obviously our VP of Sales, correct? Is that the correct title? Is that
Yeah, that one
what,
fits.
Is that what the business card says?
I'll take that title.
Yeah.
All day long.
How did you get into the duck soup game?
Duck soup was brought to my attention through a very unique recruiter who I've known for a couple years now, and he got me on the phone, and at that point in time I was kind of teetering the thought of potentially pursuing a position elsewhere for my, at that point in time, current employer. And he explained to me this opportunity, and it was rather intriguing. And he had warned me. He said, well, you know, it's definitely a lot of upside, but you got to talk to the guy, you know, who's running the show, because that could be a deal breaker. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Let's, you know, whatever. I got time.
Yeah.
So I was like, set it up. We'll have a conversation. And then I had a conversation with the guy. His name's John. And he explained to me what his vision was and some of the stuff that he was involved in and his experience, and it was intriguing. And it was a delightful conversation, and I appreciated where it went and the time that he spent with me. And that was basically the infancy part of the whole thing. And that was, let's see, that was a year and 2 months ago. 3 months ago is when I first talked to John. And then we had worked together for probably 3 months before I actually saw him in person.
Yeah. That's like that is an interesting thing. It's like the modern day.
There's a lot of trust there.
Yeah, a lot of trust, but
a lot of blind trust.
Well,
but the vibes and the energy were spot on. I will say that.
It's like the third eye. He saw you with his third eye.
That's interesting. That eye, yeah.
He's not third eye blind on that. It's all vibes.
Third eye blind. No, he had full vision. He's got great vision.
But the yeah, so it's been a little over a year working on with duck soup. And part of kind of connecting with John is kind of getting connected with the vision of what he's trying to do. You're obviously in sales, so a lot of what you're doing is kind of, you know, obviously connecting to the clients and also bridging the gap of that vision to the client. Correct.
So John had come to me and said, basically, I have the full recipe for operational success. I'm looking to go through a rapid growth and expansion, but have had let's just say some hurdles, or the sales side of it was kind of a slower going thing. That wasn't necessarily where John's interest was, or his expertise. So he was looking for someone who had some client-facing exposure before and experience. And so I was like, I could be your guy. I'm your guy.
Yeah.
I'm that guy. You could be your guy, his guy, and we could make it work. And so far, it's been a great experience and successful so far.
Yeah. So, and a lot of what you do is put on display at a conference like this, like trade show.
So this is just one small sliver of what the sales side of any type of service-related company deals with or goes through, or part of what the sales activity looks like.
So what is this part? What is your role at something like this? Like, what is?
Well, the whole point of a trade show like this is to showcase what your company is visually in a trade show floor type setting or an exhibit hall with rows of your competitors, basically trying to get the attention of buyers who they basically just open the gates and allow to free roam the area like cattle.
There we go.
They're more valuable than cattle.
Definitely.
But that's basically what it is. They're just roaming around. You got to grab someone's attention. You got to talk to them, ask them questions to get them to tell you what it is that they might be looking to achieve that year, right? So we're in the early weeks of March here, so there's a whole year left to accomplish stuff. So right, Duck Soup Construction, we do retail construction. So the people that are attending these shows are on the buyer side trying to build retail stores. Yeah. And they have different hurdles, different difficulties, different things they're trying to achieve. Someone in the buyer side might be tasked with opening 100 new locations throughout, the lower 48 states. And they have partnerships or relationships with people who can maybe do 20% of that.
Yeah.
And so they need to go and find other contractors to help them complete their year's goal of opening 100 new locations for whatever that retail brand might be.
Yeah.
So we're here to explain to them how we can help and how they would benefit from our services.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's one of the things and we've talked about it a little bit before, but one of the things that Duck Soup brings to the table is that next step thinking of not just what can we do for these contractors or these people, but what can we do for the end client? So if you have that client who's like, hey, I want to expand, I want to do these things, what can we do to partner with you or come alongside you and say, hey, let me hear some of your vision. Here's how we can take some of the stress off of what you're doing, carry that vision out. But in a space like this, I would imagine that it is like kind of like just the elevator pitch of like trying to cast your vision, share your vision, and obviously achieve other things. What is some ways that maybe you've seen some success in like some partnerships with people that you've made through maybe like specs?
Yeah, it's a great question. It kind of comes down to just what our outlook and delivery model looks like to the end user, and it goes back to the name Duck Soup. So in our industry, there's a lot of I wouldn't say a lot, but there's definitely some ambiguity that could take place because when you're going to market, say you have 100 stores you want to open up and you need to find a bunch of contractors that can do it. There's a lot of different types of contractors that provide a lot of different services. One may be, really heavy in asphalt paving. One might be really heavy in lighting and electrical or just plumbing. And then there's the general contractors who have partnerships with a lot of those labor forces in certain areas of the country and can leverage their relationships. But no matter who the player is or whoever's providing that service or that, working on that job, they're as effective as their last opportunity, right? So if one hiccup went south or something and caused a retailer to open that store 3 weeks later than their anticipated start date, that's 3 weeks of lost revenue for that retailer.
Yeah.
Depending on the retailer, could be $10,000, could be $100,000 in lost revenue.
Yeah.
So it's very costly. So at Duck Soup, our whole, go-to model is make things as simple as possible for that buyer, and whatever their whatever they set as like the deadline, the full understanding, the scope of work, what it is that we're committed to is what we're going to deliver.
Yeah.
So if that store has to open on March 15th, we're going to open that store on March 15th.
Yeah.
No matter what walls are in our way.
Yeah.
That's the duck suit model.
Yeah. And that's a relatively, I mean, that's a pretty different thing than what we've seen in the industry. Is just, there's just a lot of common mindsets of like.
It is a mindset.
Like, it is shifting that mindset to like, it is unacceptable to be behind, right?
Yeah.
Like, we scheduled this to be done on March 15th. We're going to be done on March 15th. That feels very uncommon now. I mean, for years, it's just a common practice within construction is like, this is the end date. We'll do our best. We'll see what happens. But
Right.
there's inevitably going to be, delays and this, that, and the other, and holdups. It's like, no, we're gonna come. We're gonna have
Sure.
conversations.
Sure,
We're gonna
absolutely.
talk about it, and we're gonna have the foresight to think about, cover as many bases as we possibly can, so that when March 15th opens,
Yeah.
the client can open their doors. And
It's a mindset and an attitude, Jake, and it all starts with leadership
yeah,
and driving that all the way down to the, I hate to say the lowest man on the totem pole, but if part of that job is the cleanup crew,
yeah,
and the last part of that job is just sweeping floors, that mindset has to be understood
yeah,
by that person who's
Yeah.
pushing a broom.
yeah,
And it all starts with leadership.
yeah,
So, yeah, and in the construction world, anyone involved in construction, whether you're the guy who's working for the retailers and you have 100 stores you have to open, or you're a contractor, things are going to go south. That's construction.
Yeah.
It's Murphy's Law.
yeah,
It's not
yeah,
if something goes wrong, it's when it's going to go wrong.
yeah,
And having that mindset, having that dedication, commitment to your client there's no waiting. You can't wait.
Yeah.
This is the deadline. We have to have inspection scheduled this day, this day, and this day.
yeah,
And it's like, well, we might have to push this inspection. Why? Well, we're waiting on the plumber. There's no waiting. What do you mean we're waiting on a plumber?
yeah,
Not the plumber. We're waiting on a plumber. Go find another plumber.
yeah.
If they can't find a plumber, I'll bring my own plumber.
Right.
We'll bring someone from
Right.
HQ.
Yeah,
We'll fly him to the site.
We'll get him there.
We'll get the job done so that the inspection will happen at 8 a.m., whatever, Wednesday morning.
Yeah, and I love what you said. It's like, it's not and I think there's a lot of empty promises a lot of times that when people can err on the side of like, well, we're not going to run into any problems. So, well, that's just not reality.
It's not reality.
Because inevitably you're going to run into problems. What we're saying is we're going to have the foresight to try to eliminate as many potential problems as possible, but then B, when the problems arrive, that's our problem. We're not going to throw the problem onto the client. Like, hey, we ran into a hiccup, so we're going to have to push opening for 2 weeks.
Yep.
No, that's our problem. We're going to find a solution so that the client is not paying, the in-lost revenue when it's like, no, that's us. We're going to get this done.
The client shouldn't even know about it until the problem's resolved.
Yeah, 100%.
And then you could say, hey, we ran into this thing, but we got it figured out. It's already done.
Yeah.
It's duck soup. Don't worry about it.
Stuck soup.
Yeah. I don't know if this is a G-rated or PG podcast, but a concept that I like to use, it's like, you don't wait for the shit to hit the fan to realize, oh no, there's shit everywhere. We got a problem. It's, why is there so much shit in here? Get the shit out of here. You know what I mean? Like, don't let it hit the fan. And then if it does hit the fan, how are you going to mitigate it?
Yeah.
And it shouldn't hit the fan.
I'm not gonna lie, like that took that analogy to a whole nother level for me. I'm gonna have to unpack that mentally. But I think it makes sense.
And it has to start with leadership. I mean, if it's not being preached every day and just shoved down every employee's throat, they're going to lose sight of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's got to be a constant preach.
It's a non-negotiable. It's like this is the standard of which we operate.
It's a core value.
And it's it's
the core value of duck soup.
If you're not willing to operate within this standard, then wish you all the best somewhere else. Like, it's just like this is non-negotiable for, like you said, from top down within leadership, and then we extend that to our clients of like, hey, look, it's not.
Well, like I said,
bring in excellence.
You're only as good as your last opportunity. So if your first opportunity you get with a retailer, you've been knocking on someone's door for over a year, and they're finally like, hey, you know what? We had a couple hiccups. I could really use your help right now. We'll give you a shot. And that first shot you get, and the fan is spewing shit all over the place, guess what? You're not going to get another opportunity with that client.
Yeah.
It's over.
Yeah.
That's it.
Well, Ben, it's been a pleasure.
It's been great.
I'm probably going to go home and unpack that analogy deeper. I might diagram it out, but we'll get there.
Write it down, read it a few times, extrapolate,
Yeah,
apply it.
absolutely. It's a pleasure.
Thanks,
As
Jake.
always.